France apparently can't decide between having and not having a future, and 15 BDSM authors that some say you should be reading. My name's Howard Riell, and this is Real Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com and on Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter at RealTruth.com. In the book, Real Truth, Stay Angry, and of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM, The Lion. Our call-in number remains the same, my friends, 877-254-7524. Welcome back to a brand new week of outrages. Item from InfoWars. Marine Le Pen delivered a rousing speech to her enthusiastic supporters last night, declaring it is time to, quote, free the French people from the destructive policies of open borders, open immigration, and crushing EU regulations. The French have a very simple choice to make, she declared. Either we continue on the path to total lawlessness without borders or protection and leading to delocalization, unfair international competition, mass immigration, and free circulation of terrorists. Or you can choose a France with borders which protect jobs, buying power, our security, and national identity. Unquote. My friends, I don't know about that last item. I'm not sure. France wants to maintain its national identity. Most people can't stand France. Certainly, they've been terrible to Jews. They look down their noses at Americans, but it's a teachable moment. As France burns, and believe me, it will continue to burn, because its Muslim immigrants, its Muslim residents will see to it that France continues to burn, and at this point, it is too late for France to save itself. But it's not too late for the United States of America to save itself. France is Exhibit A. But what happens when you let Muslim migration grow in your country? Burning cars, riots in the streets, women spat on, raped, men killed, things booming. It's the inevitable result of Islam and its migration throughout the West. Now, the Europeans have been stupid enough to let it go unchecked, and it appears that at least half of the French people are still stupid enough to let it continue. Hopefully, Americans are smarter than French, and we will take this lesson to heart and support the White House in its efforts to stem the tide of Muslim immigration to this country. Right now, they're looking at illegals, but let's look at legal immigration. Do we need, can we afford, can we survive continued immigration from the Muslim Middle East? The answer unequivocally is no. It's Monday. It's Real Truth. I'll be back.
There was a man sent from God whose name was John. This man came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of the light. That was the true light which gives light to every man coming into the world. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 6 through 9.
Douglas Corn Antifa, one of 7 missing children covered in director's of recognition from photograph. When you see a photo of a missing child, take a moment and study that child. This message from Douglas Corn Antique Auto Parts Collector, serving antique car enthusiasts all over the U.S. If you've got a classic car, call 970-686-2926. That's 970-2926, or visit RockyMountainRelic.net.
Most people think they can't afford to invest in gold and silver. But at the Patriot Trading Group, we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to own hard assets. That's why we created our Preferred Metals program. You can get started for as little as $100 a month. Go to allamericangold.com and click on our Preferred Metals icon to learn how you can get started today. Or call us at 800-951-0592, the Patriot Trading Group, allamericangold.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to Real Truth. Howard Riell, brand new week, brand new outrages to bring to you. Now, speaking of outrages, let's talk about Democrats, the most deadly enemy America faces, liberals. And the reason they don't like Steve Bannon, who works for Donald Trump, is because he is the answer, the proper answer, the correct answer to the destruction that liberals have wrought and will continue to wreak on America. Here's a guy named Rush Limbaugh talking about just that. Let's listen to what he has to say. All right, guys, let me interrupt. We're coming up on a commercial, but the point that Rush made back at the very beginning is key. It's vital. You can tell who the Democrats hate by who they're trying to destroy, who they're saying terrible things about. Now, remember, Democrats hate America. They loathe Americans. They want all the different policies like open borders and government control of everything and no guns. They want all the things that will cripple America. So if they're criticizing someone, it means that person who's being criticized is one of the people pushing a real solution to the problems plaguing America. You get it? The Democrats, the liberals are against America, and the people who are trying to destroy it, logically, are the people who are trying to make things better. So you tell me, whom have the Democrats criticized, insulted, slandered more than Donald Trump? Because Trump is the guy who will fix what's broken in America, and so the Democrats hate him. It's important for the state of Colorado to hear this because Colorado, as I've said many times, went for Hillary Clinton, and so many people in Colorado just plain need to get a lot smarter about who's working for them and who's working against them. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. Real Truth continues.
Became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the America News Network.
This is for people in Greeley, police, firefighters, and for the community. We thank them for doing a great job keeping our area a place to live, shop, and raise a family. We realize their job is dangerous, sometimes dangerous. This message is from Simplest Uniform People in Greeley. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. And America. Simplest Uniform People in Greeley. Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver is not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo.
All right, folks, welcome back to Real Truth. I am still Howard Riell, and yes, by now you've heard Fox News will not be offering me the position absented by Bill O'Reilly. I will not be taking his place. Instead, they're giving Tucker Carlson the 8 o'clock slot, which is his, 8 o'clock Eastern. They're putting the 5 in at 9 o'clock, which is a bad decision because the 5 is frankly mostly stupid, but no sour grapes here. But make no mistake about it, what Rush Limbaugh is just saying about the left having a concerted strategy to damage this country is absolutely correct. Now here's another colleague of mine, Mark Levin, talking about Bill O'Reilly, whose job I will not be taking over, thank you very much, and how the left works as basically a covert cabal to unseat the right. Anyway, I'll let him explain it to you. Here we go. My friends, where would we find such a conservative personality who could step in and work alongside Fox presenting the conservative view? What would someone like this be like? Let's think about this together. He would have to be rock solid certain that conservative principles are what made America great and what will in the future continue to make America great. He'd have to be willing to point out the hypocrisy and the dishonesty of the left and the leftist media. He'd have to have the courage to say unpopular things and take positions that at present might not be widely held. He'd have to be somewhat entertaining. He'd have to be able to speak to all the people. He'd have to have a zeal for truth. He would have to value real truth. Now, where are we going to find someone like that? I'll tell you, if we can find someone like that, he'd be worth millions to any news outlet that was willing to go with it. You're asking me for recommendations? How would I know? Item from LiveSet. On April 15th, a pro-Trump, pro-free speech rally at the University of California, Berkeley, descended into violent mayhem after radical far leftists, members of the organization Antifa, began to attack the peacefully assembled crowd. Antifa, which stands for Anti-Fascist Action, is a network of loosely affiliated far-left anarchist and communist groups that orchestrate violent protests and attacks on populists, conservatives, and anyone else its members deemed to be fascists or Nazis. Antifa was formed originally in Germany in the 1980s, its members taking the name of the communist paramilitary groups that engaged the Nazis in street fighting in the 1930s. It now has active cells across the world, including in Germany, the US, Canada, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Chechnya, and France. Anyone who tries to hold any sort of right-wing event literally gets beat up by militant communists in the streets, said independent journalist Lauren Southern, who was present at one of the pro-Trump Berkeley rallies, in a video taken immediately following the violence, unquote. So, my friends, there are people out there who will beat up Americans who want to avail themselves of our constitutional right to free speech and assembly. We're not talking about counter-protesters. We're not talking about left-wing nitwits holding signs, although there are plenty of those. We're talking about people who are paid to go out and beat people up. So tell me, this has been going on for a while now. Why has no one been jailed in regards to these groups? Everyone on the media seems to agree that George Soros is paying people to violently disrupt, otherwise peaceful rallies. Why has George Soros not, at the very least, been called in for questioning by the police, by the FBI? What the hell's going on? Has George Soros' money totally insulated him from any responsibility in the least? And what about the members of this group Antifa? Why haven't they been arrested? Why haven't the leaders of Antifa been arrested? It's a good question. Question is better than the answer. Item from Mara White. BDSM, that's bondage, discipline, domination, submission, sadism, and masochism. BDSM elements are often a component of erotic romance novels. Sometimes the themes are used sparingly or conversely embraced fully with characters who are immersed in the lifestyle. Either way, BDSM as an erotic subgenre has plenty of followers. Many fans adore solely reading about the lifestyle as purely literary fantasy, while others like to see their real-life sexual predilections reflected on the page. Thankfully, there are enough BDSM authors and books on the market to cater to every reader's diverse needs. Unquote. My friends, I wouldn't say thankfully. I would say lamentably, regretfully, sadly, tragically, more and more people are into bizarre, strange, violent forms of sexual expression. Just another brick in the road, just another sign of American society coming completely apart. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com. Now, this is the testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, "I am not the Messiah." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." Prophet? And he answered, "No." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21.
The associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter, Lafayette, Vermont.
I am posting the 2 videos I've played so far on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. I urge you to go there, watch these videos, look at the news stories I post up there. Right back to me. Let me know what you think. Right back to radio.
Messages from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care. Elizabeth Locker Plan and Elizabeth reminds our listeners that the drug problem is well documented. We know our kids will be approached at early age. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. That's from Elizabeth Locker Plant, located at 366 Grant Street in Elizabeth, serving our area since 1943 and specializing in naturalized aged beef and pork and complete custom processing. Call 303-688-2240. That's 303-688-2240.
Do you have any health challenges that concern you? If you said yes, you are ready to evolve yourself. Call today and qualify for a free pain treatment. 970-667-4669.
I'm Dr. Stanowski, chiropractor, radio host, author of Evology, a new healthcare paradigm for the 21st century. My all-natural approach is affordable and can show improvement in as little as 1 visit. Truth be told, holistic health starts with a healthy life plan, and those who execute that plan over a consistent course catch up, heal, and thrive. I guarantee. If your health is fading and on prescription drugs, if you want your energy back, deeper sleep, pain-free, or refocus an unresolved personal injury case, call me and let's get you in the best shape of your life. Schedule a visit with me, Dr. Z.
We are located at the Overland Trail Shops in LaPorte. Call 970-667-4669. EVOLyourself.com.
All right, folks, welcome back to Real Truth. Howard Riell, your humble host here behind the microphone. If we are to learn from Europe, as I was speaking about before, if we are to learn from Europe so that the horrors being perpetrated there will not be perpetrated here, at least not any more than they already have been, then we need to hear some intelligent voices from Europe about the subject of Islam. Well, here's maybe the most intelligent voice from Europe, Geert Wilders. From the Netherlands, politicians has drawn a lot of heat simply for speaking the truth. Here he is on Real Truth. This is from InfoWars. My friends, all Geert Wilders just did was tell the truth, the obvious truth, the painfully obvious truth, and for that he is vilified, insulted. It's time for the entire West to wake up and realize that we cannot, we never will be able to coexist with Islam, and so it's got to go. Item from InfoWars. President Donald Trump will welcome members of the conservative media for a small reception at the White House on Monday. That's today. Among those attending, One American News Network, The Daily Caller, and Breitbart, as well as some columnists and radio talk hosts. Unquote. My friends, I'm going to have a conversation with my mailman because my invitation never arrived. Quote, they were neglected the last 8 years, and they're an important medium to communicate to a massively growing number of Americans who, frankly, have grown tired of mainstream media's coverage, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said in an interview. The reception, Spicer said, is part of the administration's overall push to open up the White House to a, quote, more diverse set of media outlets, unquote. The White House has expanded which reporters they call on in the briefing room and at presidential press conferences, and they introduced Skype seats for regional reporters, talk radio hosts, and others who might not otherwise be able to attend the daily briefings. We've definitely done our fair share of meetings with mainstream reporters. Once in a while, it's important to appreciate the folks who have really covered the president fairly and covered a lot of issues ignored by mainstream media, Spicer said. Quote. So what do you think, my friends? Should I contact the White House and insist they include me on a Skype connection so I can ask questions at the briefing? Should I or should I not? Let me know your opinion. Call my show. Call right now if you want. Let me know, 877-254-7524. I see no reason why KHNC should not be represented in the White House briefing. If you want me to do it, you got to tell me that you want me to do it. If I don't hear from you that you want me to do it, I'll assume you just don't care. But it's important that our voices be heard. Item from InfoWars. 3 Muslims were charged with performing female genital mutilation on young girls in the Detroit area. Dr. Fagrudin Attar, 53, and his wife Farida Attar, 50, were arrested by federal officers this past week at a medical clinic in Livonia, Michigan, outside of Detroit. Jumana Nagarwala, 44-year-old Out of time. We're hitting a commercial. We'll be back with more, my friends. Stick around. Real Truth continues.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Veris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Veris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Veris Survival.
American Window Tinting Incorporated in Frighttown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little ones at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, guys, welcome back to Real Truth. We march on. Got a quarter of the show left. Few people speak out as loudly and as intelligently and correctly as Michelle Malkin. Here she is talking to the guys. Fox. I got a caller on the line. Caller, you there?
Hey, yeah.
Who is this?
This is what you can say. Well, send it to, I don't know what the outlet would be, or, at the White House, but I say top independent Colorado radio host and journalist for 30 years requests the honor of participation in the White House briefing on whatever day.
Well, that's not
like that.
That's not a bad suggestion. Please,
we want you there.
Please tell me your name.
Oh, this is Ann. I've called in before.
Yeah, I recognize your voice. How you doing, Ann? What question would you like me to pose?
Well, I think you can find the questions. I think it's more a matter of really pressing your credentials, which is that you're a top independent radio host and journalist for X number of years.
Okay, that's not bad.
You've got a book, and say, request the honor of participating in this White House briefing.
Okay, what do you think about what Mark Levin was saying before, that Fox News is going to be moving left as Rupert Murdoch's children take over, and that we need more high-visibility conservative outlets on television? What do you think?
Excellent, super excellent. Yeah, we want you there. People don't call in too much. I don't know why. It's really easy. So just keep with it and tell us what happens, okay? Because I don't know how it's done, but I know that there are some better links. And I wish I don't do Facebook.
Okay.
I wish that you have an email address that you give out publicly or not.
Oh, you can just email the radio station. They'll forward it to me.
Okay, cool. Okay, thanks.
All right, Ann, thanks very much. Have a great day.
Yes, Howard. Keep going.
I will, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, thanks very much to Ann for calling in. I was just about to play a video with Michelle Malkin on Fox and Friends. Here we go. Let's listen. Now, Michelle Malkin makes a very, very good point here, and it's a bigger point than just illegal immigration. It's the point that in 2017, a large number of Americans simply don't feel the law has to be followed or even respected. They don't feel the Constitution needs to be followed or respected. That is the biggest problem facing America today. A subset of that is illegal immigrants, so-called dreamers. Americans simply no longer feel, maybe half of Americans, maybe more, that laws don't have to be enforced, don't have to be followed, that rules don't count. Rules of all kinds. Immigration rules, gender rules, everything is up in the air these days, and that marks the beginning of the end of any real society. We've become a bunch of people running around in the dark. And I hate to see the end of America, and that's why I do this radio show, to help prevent it. Laws matter. Laws are important. Try telling that to liberals, forget it. They don't care. Because what liberals want is, well, they just want what they want. Doesn't matter if it's legal or not, they want it, and that makes it right. We'll take a break. And we'll finish up, my friends, here on Monday. It's Real Truth. Marching on. Go nowhere.
Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1.
No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10.
This is the uniform people in Riell, police, firefighters, and work in our community. We thank them for doing a great job keeping our place to live, shop, and raise a family. We realize their job is dangerous. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. And America. Census, the uniform people in Greeley. Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver is not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo.
Item from InfoWars. Despite his 14-year-old victim repeatedly saying no, a Muslim migrant will not face rape charges because the court claimed that he had difficulty in interpreting the word no. The Hovrätten, the Royal Court of Western Sweden, said the Iraqi who had former convictions had, quote, suspected ADHD, which according to the court gave him, quote, difficulties in interpreting and interacting with other people as well as recognizing the standards he's expected to live up to, unquote. My friends, liberal judges will always rule in favor of the criminal, whether the criminal is homegrown or an immigrant. It's one of the sad facts of life, but that's exactly why we should do everything we can to make sure we don't have liberal judges. Item from Breitbart. On this weekend's broadcast of Fox News Sunday, White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney accused Democrats of, quote, stunning obstructionism by not agreeing for a deal for funding for a U.S.-Mexico border wall in exchange for Affordable Care Act subsidies in the spending bill that would keep the government from shutting down. Mulvaney said, quote, actually, what I would say is they're holding hostage national security. Again, something they supported in the recent past when President Barack Obama was in the Senate. So we don't understand why this is breaking down like this. We're worried that this is sending a message that this is going to be the next 4 years. That Neil Gorsuch was not a one-of thing. That the Democrats will oppose everything this president wants to do, which is stunning to us, especially when we're offering them something they want in return, unquote. My friends, this is example number 1 billion of something that's great for America that the Democrats will not accept. Because the Democrats don't want a fixed, well-oiled, well-operating America. The Democrats have created and now want to sustain a broken America. Item from Breitbart. The United Nations Children Organization, UNICEF, announced this week that the Islamic State affiliate Boko Haram has used 27 children as suicide bombers in the past 3 months, nearly the same amount as in the entirety of 2016. The number represents a 200% increase in the same time period in 2016, when the organization recorded 9 instances of child suicide bombing, unquote. My friends, you're saying, what kind of person could possibly defend suicide bombers who are children? Who could possibly defend that? Well, I can think of 2 groups off the top of my head. 1, Muslims. 2, liberals. Item from Breitbart. A New York couple accused of burning down their house to cover up the killing of their disabled son was inspired to commit their alleged crimes after watching the Oscar-winning film Manchester by the Sea, a New York prosecutor has charged, unquote. My friends, I don't know whether these people are in their right minds or not, knew what they were doing or not. I don't even know if they were inspired by the movie Manchester by the Sea, but I will tell you one thing I do know. Americans are much too influenced by entertainment, by TV, by movies, by music, by celebrities, by rock stars, by athletes. If it's shiny and in the public view, we want to know about it and we'll be influenced by it. My friends, I'm telling you, that's mass insanity. A lot of people are influenced to do a lot of things by movies and TV shows, by celebrities. We have a celebrity culture, and it's absolutely stupid, self-destructive, and we as a society need to wean ourselves off of it. I'll be back tomorrow with more Real Truth, my friends. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay angry.